There aren't many PC case brands doing it quite like Montech right now, which is why my first stop of Computex 2024 is the Montech booth. And let me tell you, there's a lot. Now it starts with this, the new King 95 Mega Pro. I mean, what a name for a case. This thing is bigger than the original King 95, which is one of my favorite cases ever. They've angled the front fans by 30 degrees for better airflow, and you can now chalk a 420mm rad at the front. You get the same number of included fans as on the original, and it comes in with an MSRP of $199. So this is their more premium position case, but let me tell you, they are not all expensive. And in fact, Montech have continued their run of creating hopefully amazing value budget cases, which is no more prevalent than on this, which is their new XR series. Now you can see here, it's got that infinite kind of edge-to-edge glass design. It comes in with an MSRP of $64. Now for your money, you get 3 included ARGB fans. They're saying that basically all of their cases support a 360mm rad and up to an RTX 4090. You're probably not going to put a 4090 in this kind of chassis, but having that really long GPU support is nice. Side-mounted fan support, power supplies of course hidden down the bottom, and the I/O is pretty decent too. And for less than $64, I mean, I don't really know what more you want. Now this one is the glass one, but they also have an XR mesh, which is just over here. And this one actually has real wood at the top and the bottom. It's not quite the Fractal North in terms of the amount of wood, but as an accent piece, it's really quite nice. This obviously prioritizes airflow as well and is a little bit more standard as far as case design and case aesthetics go. One of the chassis I'm most excited about though is this, which is the new Sky 3. Now you've seen us look recently at the new Sky 2 GX. The Sky 2 is obviously an incredibly popular case. Apparently there's a remote for the art. Oh, this is a surprise. This obviously has the curved glass that we've seen on the likes of the King 95 and the King 95 Pro. GPU support comes as standard, and the included fan support on this case is actually really interesting. You get 340mm units, so 2 on the side here and then 1 at the back, but you also actually get 2 80mm fans included, which is a bit weird, right? But these sit just here where the tempered glass panel is, and with a duct push air up to the graphics card. This one comes in with a $125 MSRP, so still keeping things really very cheap. Heading back a little bit, we next see there is this. Now this is the Montech HS01, and this was one that caught my eye as soon as I got to the booth, and it's more different than what you might think. Now what they've done with the motherboard tray, the fans at the bottom, the fans at the top and the rear, is actually recessed them back. Now if I spin the case around, and hopefully don't break anything, you'll see the fans actually protrude on the outside of the case. You are going to have to be quite careful plugging stuff into the rear I/O and not getting it in the fan, but what it creates is this really, really seamless internal design. Now to remove any of the panels, you just pull the top off. They inform me. They have shown me this before, so hopefully I won't get it too wrong. And then the actual panels snap off at ease. Now on the bottom of this panel is an ARGB strip, and it's the same on the glass, but it actually is powered by this really, really easy quick connector. This has some contact points which actually match up with some contact points on the case, and if you see, as soon as I put it in, there you go, you can see that goes straight back into action. Same on this side panel here as well. So this, I think, look at that. And the actual ARGB strip is on the glass panel itself, which is, I think, very cool. You can see as well, if we look at these fans down the bottom of the case, what I mean when it's actually recessed, it means it's totally flush with the included ARGB fans. And I think that looks really nice. Talking of fans, you actually get 5 ARGB fans included, 3 120s at the front, and then 2 120mm fans at the back. As far as MSRP goes, they're telling me this is under $100 with 5 included fans and glass everywhere. Really, really, really cool. And again, they say this supports like all their new cases, the 4090 and the 360mm at the top. It's also worth noting that everything on display other than their budget XR series and any existing releases is now BTF compatible. So MSI Project Zero, GeekaWhat Project Stealth, Asus back to front are all going to be compatible on the motherboard trays. You haven't got to use them, but if you want to, the option is there. For the next case, I think I'm going to have to get in the way a little bit. So let's just scoot on over. Someone else might be filming a video, so we'll make this quick. Here it is, the Montech King 65. I'm going to cheat and nick the spec sheet for this one. This one comes in at $89 and is based on the original King 95 Pro. The difference, they tell me, is that they've ditched the curved glass on the front. That makes it significantly cheaper to produce and reduced the number of included fans down by a couple to further trim some costs. Obviously, this is a little bit more aligned with some of the other dual chamber PC cases the market's already seen. They said they want to be the cheapest. And when I spoke to them here today, they basically said that they don't believe people should be overpaying for PC cases. It's really really incredible what they've done. There is one more thing that we're going to cover while we're here, and that is all-in-one liquid coolers. Now, you guys may have seen the reviews for these, which already went out a couple of days ago. I've been away, so I've not covered them yet, but this is their Hyperflow ARGB all-in-one series. There's two different models available. You've got the RGB one, which comes in 240mm and 360mm varieties. You can see all the fans look really quite nice. It's their own fan design that they're using, but they also have the performance version. Now, these have got a thicker radiator, and the fans on these go up to 3,000 RPM, whereas on the lower end model, you're at 2,100 RPM. Maybe it would be nice to see like a performance RGB version in the future, but all in all, still really nice. And obviously, if you like one of the Montech cases and you want to go for a more unified Montech feel within your build with case AIO and of course power supply, which they're also showing off over there, a new 1200 watt platinum power supply that's like cybernetics A+ for quiet. There really is a lot to unpack at the Montech booth. And I've just realized, I think we've missed one case. So follow me, we've got one case left to go. Sorry. No, we've missed two cases. There are so many cases at this booth, it's ridiculous. This is the new Air 200 ARGB. They were telling me they haven't quite fully decided on the front panel finish for this, so this may not be the final version. The Air 100 is obviously an incredibly popular case, and this builds on the success of that. You can see this front panel nice and easily removes to reveal a couple of included 140mm fans. This is I think a micro ATX case. Yes, it is, hence being a bit more compact. And again, included fans, you get two 140s at the front and a 140 at the rear. This does support that zero cables BTF motherboard with the rear facing connectors. Now, Sorry. Talking of things that aren't final that I really shouldn't break. Sorry again about that. This is a prototype, which I'm not going to break. This is I'm just going to call it the Fallout carry case. It's not called that. It's called the HS01 Mini, and this just looks really cool. If you want a build that's a little bit more portable, a bit more carryable, it still supports micro ATX motherboards despite being kind of mini ITX size. And you get this, it's not real leather obviously, but you get this sort of leather strap that you can theoretically in future use to hold and lift the case up. You get the point. It's really quite nice and something just a little bit different. And that just about concludes our coverage of the Montech booth here at Computex 2024. There's some really exciting stuff that they're showing off here. A lot of it is available pretty much immediately, some of it for pre-order. A big thanks to Montech and all the other brands we're working with this week for helping to bring us over. If you enjoyed this one, get subscribed, and as always, we'll see you in the next one. I'm not going to break any more things.